Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see. Today we're gonna do, let me see. I think the last thing we did together was diagonal flying. Is that right? Yes. Thank you. Okay, great. So first we'll practice and from the beginning, prepare. Opening, grasping the bird's tail. Word off left. Word off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands and step forward. Like crane. Spreads wings. Left knee brush and push. Hand strum salute. Left knee brush and push. Right knee brush and push. Left knee brush and push. Hand strum salute. Left knee brush and push. Parry block and punch. Okay, closing up. Cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Step back. Repulsing monkey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122 3. Diagonal flying. Okay. Let me watch you practice from cross hands. I'll call it. So from cross hands. All right. Embrace the tiger. Return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Connect. Grab. Pull down. Lift up and punch. Step back, repulsing monkey. Two. Three. Diagonal flying. I'm sorry, 3. Your left hand should be out for 3.
Oh,
Then diagonal flying. Okay. Am I wrong? Well, maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. So go back to 3. Right hand out. I'm sorry. Diagonal flying. Circle close and step and swing your arm out. Okay, turn. Okay, let's review. First we'll go to step back repulsing monkey. So so we do circle, keep looking forward, circle, step, put your foot down all the way, and then sit back and strike and pull. So it has in it like the knee brush circle and strike. Knee brush circle is circle, strike, okay? So the difference is that the left hand is going to stay forward until you strike, and then they're going to go together. Pull your hip and strike out. And then for 2, you circle, but you turn your palm up and step back. And when your heel touches the ground is when your hand gets in front of your shoulder, and then shift back and strike out and pull to your hip. Okay. And then 3, circle, keep looking forward, step, strike, and pull, and shift back together. Okay, let me see, do that from fist under elbow. Okay, step back, repulse monkey. 1, circle, and step, then shift back and strike and pull. And it goes to your hip. Pull down to by your hip. Make sure you have this circle with your arms, that your arm is still that open. Don't bend it too much. Don't pull it here. Pull down. Okay, 2, circle, turn your palm up, and step back, and then shift back and push and pull. Keep looking forward. Then 3, circle and step, together, and then strike and pull and shift back. Okay. Well, if you have room then, here to go back to it, we'll just do it on your own self. I want you to have this feeling. I'll start from here. And I won't do the very first one. I'll start from here like this. So you can go at home, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, until you have enough room. Circle, strike. Circle, oops, strike. Circle, strike. Something like that. That's sort of the timing, or that's the coordination. I mean, I've talked about it before. It's like palm up and your hand goes down. Come up and step, touch with your toe, say. Put your heel down while you bend your elbow. Strike out and pull and turn. But, when you practice it, if you just circle your arm, step, strike, circle, oops, strike, circle, strike. That's the feeling, okay? I'll do it a little fast there. But just try to get the feel. It's the same as the knee brush circle for the main arm. And then just turn your palm up and then together strike and pull. Okay. That's good, Tia. Okay. Okay, remember, turn your palm up at the beginning. Okay, so practice a little bit on your own, at your own time. It feels kind of like swimming. I don't know a swimmer, but swimming is that the breaststroke is kind of like that. I guess it's like that. It's sort of like this. It's palm down, I guess. Anyway. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, one little thing. We do the knee brushes. We do them like this, and we turn our palm up, one circle to the corner, and brush and push. So this main arm is circling back to the corner. For step backward pulse monkey, let's see how it goes. You turn to the right, and then you turn to the left, back to square. Okay. So we have one thing that's a little different in the body turning. We're going to end up turning to the left with the striking, right? That's the same with the striking we turn. But we're not going to turn to the right to start. So we're going to shift back and step back. We're going to only be turning to the left. Okay. One way, one direction. Okay. So instead of two directions, kind of like a wind up, we're gonna wind up our arm, but we're not going to be able to turn that direction. I think because stepping back is harder than stepping forward. So we go with it. Let's see, from this one. We'll do it from this one. We go back and turn, and then we go forward. So we also have a forward and back, a back and forward. So we change our direction, and I guess that also, so we go back first and then forward. That lets the forward be bigger. It lets everything be bigger and more in the hands, I think. So we go back and turn, and then we go and circle and turn left and turn right. We want to, we can only go back. So when you're stepping back, I'm going to shift back and turn. I can't really go forward. I'm in an empty set. So I'm only going to go back. I'm going to go back and then step and then go back some more. I'm only going that direction here, I got to go back with the turning and then forward with the strike. So it's got a back and forward in it. It's got a left, a right, and then left with it. So we don't have the back and forward for the step back repulse monkey. So we don't have the turn the other direction first either. All right. So we go only out. And so we want to go with our out to the side of our body. Okay. Don't circle. This is a long story. Okay. Don't circle back very much and open your chest. Only out to the side, and don't turn that direction first. Only one direction turning. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so Mike, that's pretty good. I want you to be careful of this. So when I circle, look, I'm going to circle and I'm going to step. I'm going to strike now. Both my hand is still pointed forward in the straight direction, my left hand. When I strike, I'm going to come straight up from my shoulder. You have a coming diagonal kind of, okay? Yeah, so just straight forward. Circle straight forward. When you turn your palm up, keep it pointed straight forward. Don't bring it into the center.
So, okay, so when I turn my palm up, I'm keeping it in the center as I'm
It's not
stepping.
in the center. It's when you strike, you don't strike to the center. It's straight in front of your shoulder.
Oh, it's out here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Up
when
and
you turn your palm up, just keep it in the same place, pointed straight
down.
in.
Okay, I got it. I think I got it now.
So they're separated. Other styles go to the center and they go one over the other, kind of, I think. Some other styles.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Open this right here. Okay, shoulder width.
Yes, shoulder width, that's right. Keep it shoulder width. Okay. That's better. Okay. So Jeff, that's pretty good. But I would like to see something that looks a little bit more like this circle and step. And then when you shift back,
Strike.
yeah, that looks like striking. Oh, so the biggest thing for striking for our style, when we do the strike, the knee brush strike, for instance, is like this. The fingers point up, not just so we lift our palm. We lift our palm here, okay? So if we swing our arm, it's from palm up to palm facing out in this as part of the swing. And then we bend it in and we keep it lifted. Okay, so you have a curve here, you make a curve here. I can see in the mirror, I feel like it's up, but I can see it's still tilted, right? But it's lifted. This is too much. Okay, so it's just lifted so you don't overdo it. But it's not like this. So Chen Manqing, I think you said you did before. They make their circle, and most other styles make their circle like this, and they keep this curved in shape. And then at the very end, they just Chen Manqing just straight, I think. Okay, even not even lifted at all. But their idea is that like when you hit, you're going to strike someone, and then when you touch them with your finger, I guess, then you're going to go, and if you really were going to hit them. But to us, that would just jam your fingers. So you have your fingers already out of the way, and you just hit them with the heel. You already have the heel sticking out, and you stick it out here. Usually, we set our hand early, okay, as soon as we can, usually. So we don't have, the only time we don't do that, I think, is for this striking is Fair Lady Work shuttles. And there we have it turned back or palm up. And then as we turn it as we strike. It's still not the other thing, but it's changing into that on the way. But so other styles more, Chip and Ching, I said it just goes like this and it's just straight. And other styles mainly go like this, and then at the end they are lifted. So it's funny because I think we're the only one that does it this way. I don't know why that is, but that's just one of the changes. One of the main characteristics of our style. We have like three things that are different than everybody else for some reason. Now that looks better. That looks like striking then. Good. Otherwise, it does just sort of feel like swimming. You know, swimming is. I'm not a swimmer. Probably doing it wrong. Okay. Any questions on it?
So can we think of a repulse monkey as a backwards 3 brush knees?
Sort of. The main circle is like the brush knee. That's true. And with the stepping back, which is hard for some people. I didn't talk about it. I think everybody might be is hopefully doing it okay. Let me talk about the stepping back because I think I did leave it out. Is when you step back, you're stepping like the knee, like empty stance. One line, two sides. There's one line, and your feet stay on opposite sides. They're not on the same side of that line. All right. So when you step back, I want you to bring your foot in, and then step back and open a little bit away from the line. So when you put your heel down, it's on the other side of the line and it's pointed at the corner. Okay. I want you to be careful with that. It's easy at the beginning to just like anyway, and you just kind of swing it. Okay. We don't want to swing it because then when you put it down, it's coming towards the line, and then you'll cross your feet, and then they'll both be like on the the same side, or anyway, the wrong side of the line. Okay. So the practice is to bring your foot really, it feels like straight back and then sort of flare out a little bit to get it away from the line. And then when you shift back and turn, see, you're in a good empty stance. And then the other thing I'm not sure I said, but I'll do this one, is that when you straighten your foot, my back foot points to the corner. When you shift back and turn, your hips are turning right at the end. That's also when you turn your foot, turning on the heel. Okay. And the toe stays close. It stays close to the floor. See, this is the end. It's still close, very close to the floor. This is shifting back too far. That's one of the next movement. This is the four. Is it four? Anyway, the end of this movement. Okay. Still foot very close to the floor. It's still just touching the heel. It's still basically empty stance. But for one, we shift back some more and pick up our toe. So we don't want to go back to this point. That's too far back. Okay, that kind of, we're stuck kind of for starting to move. Here, then the first thing is shifting, and then you can pick your foot up. If you shift back too far for the strike, then you kind of don't have the setup for doing the next movement. So keep your foot flat, just turn it on the heel. You can't see it, I guess, but don't shift back enough that your toe comes up. Okay, I think I left those parts out. So this is kind of a complicated movement and some little weird, funny details in it that are different than the rest of the form. Any other questions on it? So like I said, since there is a left, anywhere you have a left and a right, it's a good idea to practice in that way, left, right, and just do it over and over and just get the flow of it, okay? And then it's simpler than the way I've described it, maybe, but once you can do it, then it's easy. At the very beginning, it seems very, very difficult for some people. I've had one person quit. They couldn't do this and they said, forget it. It wasn't total quit. I was teaching this part and they went back to the first section. I don't think they ever went on. I don't think they got past the first section. So they just did the first section over again. But so I know somebody else quit at Fair Lady Work Shuttles. That's sort of got a lot of little pieces to it also. They just couldn't get it and they quit. Somebody couldn't do this because they'd learned it before. They couldn't do this. They wanted to do the knee brush like this. And from my point of view, if you've already learned it a certain way, and that's a habit now, okay. But they could not accept that. And they over and over had me work with them, and then they said, forget it. They quit. So don't be like that. I haven't had this talk, I don't think, with you. It's maybe too late now. I mean, you're here, so that's great. But at the beginning, I like to have a talk, and Nancy also, that you will be frustrated. Some things will frustrate you, and if you feel maybe everybody else can get it, but you can't get it, that's what it will feel like. Don't let that stop you, okay? That happens for a lot of people. Don't decide that's the quitting point, okay? It's not like getting harder and harder. Just for some reason, some things are more difficult, or you have some trouble for some reason, and skip over it, basically. Just do what you can do. Don't worry about it. Keep going. You'll get it eventually. But if you quit, you'll never get it. And I have a lot of students who've been doing Tai Chi for 10 years. And so you won't be at that point. You'll never get to that point. So if you quit. And the important part, it's just basically exercise. Because it's complicated, it keeps you interested and trying to get it. And that, gives your brain something to do, and you're exercising your body. And the important part, I think, is really the exercise part. And so you can do almost anything, but are you gonna spend an hour to figure out how to do it? If you did aerobics, you do it. That's all there is to it. You just do it, right? And that's good for you. And if you enjoy that and get the endorphins out of it, then great. But if you just feel sick while you're doing it and you can't get past that point by doing it long enough, then it's boring. To me, it's kind of boring. This, you have to think all the time. So it keeps your mind occupied while you keep exercising, and that's the important thing. So get the exercise, skip over parts that are hard, make it easy for you. That's what we want to do. Do what you can do. All right. Try to be happy with that, at least for now. Okay. Let's look at the next thing then. Diagonal flying, which is still reviewing. Okay. Diagonal flying, let me see you do it. This is review. So from the third is your right foot forward and right hand forward. All right. So start turning, circle your arms closed, and step to the back corner. Point your toe to the corner. Swing your arm, keep turning. Point at the corner. Make a good bow stance towards the corner. The end position is a bow stance to the corner. Okay. I think I talked about this, but I will review it again. So I'll do it this direction just so that I can be facing you at the end. I want you to feel this. You stick your arms out. Start turning, okay? I'd say start with your upper body turning, all right? And then keep that turning going. Bring your foot in. Step towards the corner. Point your toe. Just keep turning. And at the end, in a bow stance. Okay, that's the footwork. But it's sort of driven by the upper body. And we have a word for that. I haven't used that word. The waist. Okay. Who knows what the waist is? Never heard that word before? Okay, the waist, in for us, for Chinese anyway, is this area back here, your lower back. Okay, this part. And the idea is that the concept is that your spine, when you lift your head and sit, your spine becomes straight, like an axle. And the upper body here is a wheel, okay, a tire, a wheel on the axle. And the upper body can easily turn, all right, and spin on the axle. So that's part of the reason that we don't stick our chest. Try it, stick your chest out, and then see how well you can turn, like a tire, like a wheel. And now sit and lift your head and see how it opens you up. So this way you have like 90 degrees of movement. And if you don't have the straight enough spine, you have less, maybe, 45, I don't know, less, half. So the waist is this lower back part here. We say controls, you control the energy with it. Okay, so we have a saying that the energy comes from the feet, from the root, which are in the feet, made bigger by the legs, distributed by the waist, and comes out the hands. Okay, so for here, for instance, here, I go to strike, I'm rooted, I'm pushing with my back leg, making the more power. Turning is from using the waist, and then comes out the hand. Okay, so that's the phrase to remember if you take the test that we have. Okay, started in the root, whatever, expanded by the legs, distributed by the waist. So distribute means going out one side or the other, right? So using the waist is turning the waist is above the hips. Some styles, they turn the hip, they turn and they try to keep the same together, pointing the same direction, the shoulders and the hips. That is not using the waist. Okay, the waist makes your body twist. Okay, so here we go into a bow stance. Our hips point to the corner. Our upper body is going to point to straight. We're going to turn. We're going to twist ourselves, and with the twist, we have power. The second amount of power comes from your twisting, your body. Okay, the first from your legs. Second amount. The least amount from your arm. Okay, so for us, using the twisting, we practice a lot, and through the whole form, we've got twisting in it, turning, and then over time, that becomes big, okay, that you can use it. At the beginning, you don't have very much power. Practice a lot, then you will get more power in your waist, we call it, right? So we talk about the waist here, and using the waist means generally turning. So here, we start this way. The first thing is I'm going to start turning like a wheel. And my wheel is going to keep turning to the side, to the right. And then I'm going to feel when it sort of connects and I have to start moving my hip with it. When I pick up my toe, that's my hip starting to turn. But my upper body is ahead of that. Then I'm going to turn and my hips will turn with stepping out. And now they keep going, and now my hips kind of stop about there, but my upper body sort of continues. Okay, so the trick for this movement to be able to step big enough and do it smoothly is that you start turning your upper body. So I'll show it like this. With your arms here instead of like this, the upper body is going to do that same thing and be turning. Okay, and that makes the whole thing work. So we say we start it with the waist, right? Because the first thing is you start to turn your upper body, and then the waist starts to move, and then the hip starts to move. Okay, that's different. That's backwards, kind of how we usually do it. Usually the lower body, we step out first, right? And then we do something with the upper body. But here, the upper body sort of starts it. Something about physics is when you are turning, you have a kind of momentum. Here we go forward a little at a time. So here, you can say we have some momentum, but we're only moving a foot or something like that. So not very much. But here, we're going to be turning. When you're turning, you have a certain momentum. If you keep that going, then you feel things are good. If you stop it and start it, that's jarring, okay? That's unstable. Stable is to keep spinning. You can see momentum in those skaters, those figure skaters, and they'll be swinging around with their leg out, and they'll go slow, and they bring it in, they speed up really fast. Because without friction, you will conserve angular momentum, right? So without friction, if your weight is out here, you'll go at a certain speed, and when you bring it in, you have to spin faster to have the same momentum, and without friction, that's the way it works. So here, we want to start with both feet on the ground, start spinning, and now keep that going, okay? And then just keep this slow spinning going. Then you'll feel like you can step out. But if you do it like this, and close your arms, and then you have no momentum, and then then you want to step, and then you're going to start, okay, when you're not totally rooted, okay, you'll feel unstable. So we use a little bit of momentum here. So you can practice first just the stepping. That's the hard part. And I would say you can practice it this way with your arms sticking out, and you can feel how it works. You can imagine yourself skating, maybe, okay? Okay, so when you can do that, then the first thing is from here is we're circling, we're going to circle, close our arms, but our upper body is turning, and then keep the body doing what we just did, and you should feel more stable. But I think what I said before a couple of weeks ago was do what you could do and step however you can to kind of approximate it, and don't worry about it. But that's how we do it, okay? That's how we can make it feel good and makes it easier when you do it. But if you do something else, like I said, you could circle your arms, and you could step, okay, and turn, and until you can do it smoothly, you can do it like that. You can step smaller, not as big of an angle, and do it, kind of diagonally, but not to the corner. Whatever you could do is fine for now. All right, don't worry about it. Don't quit. Yes, Jeff.
You keep your head vertical, pointing up.
Oh, yes.
Spinning around the axis like you described.
Yes, we keep our head up all the time, almost all the time. Here, okay, all the time. Your head, for us, the head points up usually. Even if you're like tilted forward, top of your head points up. Okay, so it's not in line with your body. Okay, so if I tilted more, it would not be a straight line of my back up through the top of my head. My head would still be pointed up. Okay, that's our style. Some styles have it straight with your body. Okay. Well, let's go on and learn a new thing today. Okay, so today I like to do two things when I do this one. All right, we'll see what you think. And they're easy. They're pretty easy, I think. I'll just go quickly through what we're going to do. So from diagonal flying, we're going to do, maybe we're not going to get there. We're going to do raise hands. We're going to shift forward, and we're going to step back, and then raise hands and step forward. Okay, this is a kind of repeat movement. So, but we need to see it. So, all right, so can you see my feet? This footwork, how do we usually do it? We are kind of in a line this way, and we turn, point our toe, and we have a feeling of not being able to move very much your body, but you move your arms and legs around. This one, we're going to go forward, and then we could come back the same direction, but I'm going to bring my foot this direction, okay, towards 6 o'clock. And I'm going to go shift back and raise my hands. And I don't want to step too far back, actually. And I'm going to pick up my heel first, and then bring my hands in and bring my foot in and step out and strike. So not doing it too slowly. Forward, back, strike. Okay. To me, it's a fuller version of raised hands. It's like I would say the real raised hands. When we do it usually like this, actually. One time at the very beginning, we do it from single whip. And then the other times that we do it this way. So you have a feeling, I'll do it this direction. You have a feeling then of forward, back, forward, okay? It has a better feeling to it. So try it, it's easy. Let me see if you do it. Forward, and then step towards 6, good, back, open your arms, and bring your foot in and step back out, strike. Okay, use your heel. Again, I'll show you this way. Forward, back, strike. Okay. Okay, what do you think? Is it easy? This is not an easy movement, actually, especially from the very beginning, this one. And here, to me, I mean, when you can do the other one, I can make this one feel better. But like I said, the other one is more like the real thing, and then try to make this first one feel like that. Okay. After we joined this school, so after we would do Tai Chi for 3 years, our teacher said we were not doing this one right. And then he watched us do it a few times and we could not get it. And then he just go practice. So it's easy to do wrong. This is wrong, I would say, but I don't want to work on it today. This is not right. Okay, just like that. Just open your arm, close your arms. Okay. And so he said, is it like this? Is it like that? No. Is it like this? No. And basically he said no energy. And so what we want to show is look, striking, kind of from the side, diagonally striking. Instead of, when we do knee brush, strike straight forward, it's like striking from the side with your arm. Strike. So that, with the body turning, the power comes from the turning, from the waist, all right? And showing the striking. And then 2 hands come to the center. But if all you do is go like this and then just go like this, that is not for him, because we were doing it for a while. That's not enough, right? But at the beginning, if you guys are starting, that's okay. Over time, think about it. Try to feel the striking. Everywhere, try to feel what you're doing, right? So if you're striking, try to imagine the striking. I will say that for now, okay? If you're strike here, imagine the pushing or striking. Don't just put your hand there. Later, when you do that, when you can do all of that, then you can just imagine, put my hand here, shift back, circle. You can just make it into circles and opening and closing. But at the beginning, for training your body, you need to feel imagine the striking, imagine the pulling, okay? And that will make you do it right. Okay. All right, so that's pretty easy, I think. Let's look at the next, so let's look at the next one. I like to skip over the duplicate things, all right? So raise hands, then we do, this is again duplicate, white crane. Then left knee brush, that's all duplicate, all right? Then the next one is we call needle at sea bottom, needle at the bottom of the sea. You imagine they pull you, so you go to strike them. They end up grabbing you and pulling, so you yield. This is kind of like hamstrings elude. So this part is just the same, actually. They pull you down, you bring your foot back. Then they grab you, you try to pull your hand out, okay, of their grip. So you shift back and you pull back. And then you thrust your fingers forward and bend a little bit and point your fingers down. So you make a circle, was it a half a circle? From here to here, quarter of a circle, okay? So I'll do it this direction, I think you'll see it better. So from here, you yield forward and down, then you adjust your back foot to be behind you more. Then you shift back, you lift up your left hand, you imagine this, okay? So lift it up, pull it back. This is touching their arm, okay? This is kind of across from your head. And your body's in the corner. Then you're gonna pick up your heel and go and land on the ball. Pick up your heel, land, and thrust forward and down. Okay? Don't look down. I mean, look down, don't tilt. Okay, so here's one of the ones where your head does not point to up totally, all right? So look at my head. From here, my head, there's an angle here. My head is lifted. When I do this one, you imagine there's still a cord, it's still pulling your head up, okay? I've still got the same angle from the knee brush, like here, okay? It's not straight, and it's especially not bent down, all right? It's still lifted, and you look this direction, but I can't make it point up anymore, right? That's too far. So keep it lifted, but don't overdo it. It's basically the same as with the knee brush. Okay, still.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
on the feet and the weight. So I get it when you go back, but when you're coming forward, is it about a 60-40? You're still weighted on the back and the back heel is still on the ground?
Yes, you're still, okay, so it's an empty stance. So here, this is a regular empty stance. And when I do this, if I didn't sink at all, it would just still be an empty stance, okay?
Okay.
That wouldn't change. But you are allowed, I want you to be careful though, you are allowed to bend both knees a little bit and go down more, a little. Okay.
But you should be able to lift your leg. Most of the weight's on the back, right? You're kind of in a defensive mode.
You have,
Able to come
you still
back.
have, empty stance has 30% weight on the front. So here, when you do it, you're putting more weight in the front, really, okay? Empty stance, because you're like this, you're gonna land on it and sit and put weight on it. So the weight is increasing, but an empty stance is 70-30, all right, 70 in the back. Don't go in the middle. It's easy to do, to get just in the middle, try to do that. We're not in the middle, we're still sitting in the back. But when you go down and you bend your knees, they will both bend to keep you from going forward. Okay? Are you still there, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, I just stepped away.
Okay. All right, so the footwork is you forward, bring your foot in, like hands drums loop. Shift back, feel kind of pushing back with your heel, okay? Till the point that you can pick it up. All your weight's on your right leg. Then change and start to feel going down. So this is kind of an up feeling to down feeling. Land on the ball and thrust down. This is a The movement is, we get a simple description is that they are grabbing you. First, you try to go like this and pull your hand. They grab you here. Pull your hand out. That's why you don't have this shape anymore. You relax it and try just to pull it out. But they won't let go. So they're still holding on. You pull, they don't let go. You won't get up to here if they don't let go. But anyway, you try to pull it out. Then that doesn't work. Then you come back and they're still here. You're going to feel that you cross their wrist and go down. It's a joint lock type of thing, actually, okay? So imagine that this is making them go like this, okay? So here, and then you go down to make them let go, okay? So you go up to try to pull your hand out. That doesn't work. You try to cross their joint or do a joint lock. Now, I don't have anybody to show it with here. I'm not an expert on this anyway. That's probably not exactly how you do the joint lock, but you can do, if you know anything about joint locks, there's different ways to do it. So if you get somebody's hand in a certain position, you know, I think a classical type of one is, it's hard to show. They grab you, you get them with your hand and you trap their hand, and now their joint is isolated kind of, and then you just sink like that. I think people have seen that before. It doesn't take very much. It's a technique. It doesn't take very much of your effort or anything. And it really puts a lot of pressure there, and they will, you know, collapse kind of with it. So it's something like that. This, you can imagine, just crossing their joint. That kind of works. They can't let go though. If they let go, then you're not doing it anymore. But anyway, so this is an up and a down. Okay. I want to teach the next movement. So we have two movements that are kind of related. So this one has the name needle at sea bottom. So to here. Okay, I want your fingers to point down. Your arm is at about a 45-degree angle. I want your back to be about 45. Anyway, I don't want it to be this. Okay, that's too far. If you're going to go down, you're going to bend your knees to go down. But be careful. It's easy to twist your knee doing it. So don't do it. I'll say that for now. Okay, you could get stronger and maybe you could work on it. But for us, we're going to just go basically just an empty stance and bend over. Okay. I don't want to show it even what not to do, because then I lip around for a week. All right, so from here, and then the next thing is we call fan through the back. We're going to come back up. I don't like to stay down and end on the down. So you come back up and turn your arm and touch the basically back of your wrist. Okay. You come back up and then you bring your hands up from shoulder height, your two hands lifting up, and you step wider for bow stance. Then you go into your bow stance and pull your hand back towards your temple, and you strike out. This ending position is the same as basically single whip, except your hand is by your temple. Okay, so this is pretty easy. From down, you come up and about shoulder height, you're touching the back of your wrist, and you two hands lift up. At this point, your palm is facing to the side. And at this point is when you step, okay? When you get up to here, you're touching the ground, and then you strike out into your bow stance. Your body's straight up and down. Okay. The meaning of this one then, they didn't let go still. You go down, they didn't let go. So now what do? You come back up and you trap their hand, okay? You trap their hand and you turn your hand. Now you can grab them, okay? They were grabbing you. Now you don't want them to get away. So you lift up and grab them and then strike them here, okay? So the first kneel at sea bottom is get away. I can't. Make them let go, right? Get away. They won't. If you do this joint lock, make them let go. They don't, because they're stronger than you. That's the thing, right? Martial arts is for the people that are not as big and strong as everybody else. Okay, as big people. Big people can get you. if you're weaker than them, right? That's what they rely on. So what you can do to against somebody bigger and stronger. So get them to let go, they don't, then you come back up and now you don't want them to get away. You lift it up and grab them, strike them, okay? So this is the offensive part, the needle C bottom is like the defensive part. Okay, so they go together and you end up and in a bow stance.
The left hand's in the front.
At the end, the right hand's on the outside and the left hand's in the inside, yes. Yes, that's right. So from down, up, lift, feel 2 hands lifting up, 2 hands lift up and step, strike. So from down, 1 coming up and touch, 2 lifting up and step, 3 strike, bow stance. Or you can just feel come up and strike, 1 and 2. So from down, come up, lift up, step, strike. Okay, so fan through the back. So let's try those together. All right, so from the, we'll do it from the diagonal flying. I'll do it with you a couple times. Raise hands and step forward, the improved one. Back, forward. White crane, repeat. Left knee brush. And push. All right. Needle C bottom. Yield forward and step. Pull back and up. You don't let go. Needle C bottom. Down. Okay. Empty stance. Then fan through the back. 2 hands lift up and step. Strike. Okay. Again. Raise hands and step forward. Forward, step back, back, step, strike to the center line. White crane, turn your hands, pull down. White crane. Left knee brush and push, palm up, circle, step, brush, push. Needle C bottom. Yield forward and down a little bit. Pull up, palm, left palm out. Then sink down and make quarter circle. Then fan to the back, come up, 2 hands lift and step, strike. Okay, let me see you do it from here, from left knee brush. Just these last 2 pieces, okay. All right, needle C bottom. Strike with your left, with your right hand, hold on. Needle C bottom, fan to the back. Okay, again. I'll do it just so I can see better this direction. Well, what's the regular direction? I'll be this direction. All right. Yield forward, step. Pull up and push out. Thrusting step down. Make a circle like this, look. Forward and down, a quarter of a circle. Okay, then lift your arm back up, keep it straight, touch it about shoulder height, 2 hands lifting up and step, bend your knees, strike. Okay, at the end, your hand is by your temple. Okay, look here, not back further. Okay, here. And look, well, I said single whip. See there, see where my elbow is? I just bend my elbow. That's where it goes. All right. So don't make it too big, just there. And it's just, that's the difference between the two. Okay, again. From knee brush. Heel forward and down, step. Pull up, keep looking forward. Then thrusting down. They won't let go, fan through the back. Come up, 2 hands, trap them, step. Strike. Let me see you do it. Okay, go. You forward, pull up, and then thrust down. Stay in the back, it's empty stance, empty stance. Stay in the back, then lift up, 2 hands lift up. And strike. Okay, look at me this direction, look. After I come up, when I come back up, I'm gonna be turning my arm. I want it to be palm out at the top, okay? So I'm palm to the left, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna touch it, feel 2 hands, this is trapping, this is like grabbing, okay? Then step and strike. So palm facing out. And you're kind of, okay, when it comes up, we're like this, in front. I'm gonna bend my elbow, I'm gonna go forward. Okay, both hands are gonna be moving. So I want you to be careful here. When it comes up, that they're straight, your arm is basically still straight, Tai Chi straight. And then bend it with the striking. Don't come up already by your head. Okay, and just one arm. Okay, well, we're out of time right now, I'm sorry. You can practice a little bit before you stop, okay? That'd be good. And I'll get the video up probably by Saturday, okay? Sorry I'm late with the videos too. I hope they're helpful. It's good to practice. I'll tell you what, it's very good at practice. All right, so we'll stop here. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys again next week. All right, thanks.
Bye.